First off, I want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
Give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and the brothers out there that's pushing this truth from four corners of the globe. These salutations. Right now, we just this is walk and talk. We're just walking around downtown Detroit, and we're observing some of the monuments that Esau has erected. You know what I'm saying? And we're going into the scriptures and pretty much elaborate on it. You know. And the first one is Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 7. It says, "I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth." And as you can see, take a look back right here. The brother just informed us this used to be the first city hall building here. You know, you can see Esau right here commemorating his victories. You know, over taking down the nations. You know, and basically building a memorial for that. You know, and you see he's on top of the horses. He has the chariots and whatnot. You know, he has a false image of the angels. You know. So that's just Esau exalting himself, you know, but going into the book of Obadiah, you know.
Pyramid on top of the steeple.
Right.
Yep.
With the pyramid on top of
the obelisk right there.
Giving obelisk, that's an obelisk. Yeah, he let you know what order he's under. He's under a Babylonian order.
That's right.
You know, the laws and statutes that he goes is Babylonian worship. You know, and that's why everything you see over here, is basically around the time of Roman way. Then what they was under was the Babylonian way back then. Yeah, that's all Babylon. You know, even from the steeples in front of the windows. Well, it goes back to Petra. So like it goes back to Petra too, over the windows. You know. You got all type of little obelisks everywhere. Let you know where you from, man. Let them know where they from or who order they under. The Babylonian order, man.
Kind. And if you look at the building, the brother he mentioned Rome. He said it's a Roman way. When you go throughout Rome, you see buildings that are erected that look just like this. And also to mention, they have a building inside of the Vatican that looks just like this. And not just here, also in Washington, D.C., and other prominent cities around the world where Esau is in power. So they have buildings that are like this erected around the world, and they erect these kind of buildings to show their strength and their might. And they always put statues on them to show the fierceness of the devil, of Esau. They also they got the flag over there, which you want to speak on that?
Yeah, if you can see under that bullshit ass American flag.
I see that.
We have a flag right there of I believe it might be the state seal. That has what? It has the deers right there, going back to what Nimrod. Right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The hunter.
Yeah, exactly.
The hunter.
So that's what. And then what he's doing? What is he doing on those chariots? You know, going into.
And he has spears in his hand. And spears represents what? They represent military might.
Yeah.
You know, or force. You know, because that you would stick somebody with the spear to drive it through them, to kill them, to take down your enemies. So the fact that he has horses and the chariots and spears, that represents his military might. That represents that he's strong. But what did the Lord say about that? This is Micah 5 and 10. It says, matter of fact, I'll go to 9. It says, "Thine hand shall be lifted up upon thine adversaries, and all thine enemies shall be cut off. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh, that I will cut off the horse out of the midst of thee, and I will destroy thy chariots." Right. So that right there represents the strong power of the so-called white man. But the Lord is he's gonna take that strength away from them. He's gonna destroy their horses. He's gonna destroy their chariots. He's gonna destroy their strength.
And if you, so in the middle of the thing, you can see Esau he's on a horse, and people are sitting on the side of him, showing his power.
Somebody get that scripture.
We can walk closer.
And if you pay attention to that flag, zoom in on the flag. It's the shape of the Rothschild seal. It's the shape of the Rothschild seal. So if you go past any interstate, you will see it's similar to the shape of the Rothschild seal. They secretly put shit in a form that you won't realize it. They hide it in plain sight.
Yep.
Right here, this is Habakkuk, chapter 2 and 9. It says, "Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. You know, and pretty much that's what it is. You know, Esau came here, Michigan. You know, that's a well-known place where the Native Americans dwelt. You know, and they would basically migrate through, you know, season to season. You know, pertaining to along with the animals. That's what animals do. You know, and as you can see, they take down the people of whatever land they enter. You know, and yeah.
Notice how
to represent how strong and how powerful and mighty they were, and how they took down the people.
Yeah.
And also, Detroit is what you call a spiritual ley line. So there's a lot of spiritual wickedness and energy that is here in Detroit. And also, this is one of the places where Freemasonry was. They have one of the first Freemasonry lodges here.
Yeah.
You know, so this is a place of well-known Freemasons, and the Freemasons do what? They dab into witchcraft and sorcery and necromancy.
And notice how it's erected high and big.
And if you can zoom in, and you look on the front of this thing right here, look at how the Native Americans are bowing down before the so-called white man. You know, they got Native Americans on there, and they're bowing down before the so-called white man. And the so-called white man is on a horse. So there you go. There you have it. Like the scripture says, I have seen servants upon horses, and the princes are upon the ground. The Native Americans are the princes of Israel, as well as the Negroes and the Hispanics.
And they're on the side too.
And also, if you look on this building too, they have obelisks on the corners of the building. And the obelisk represents penis. It's a phallic symbol that represents a penis, which is supposed to represent strength or dominance. Yeah. You know, but it also represents homosexuality, because we know that the Egyptians that it came from, they were homosexuals. You know, and the so-called white man, what he does is he likens himself after all of the other civilizations that he took down, which is nothing but foolishness anyway, because as those nations were taken down, he's going to be taken down the same way.
That's right.
Yeah, appreciate that.
This is still in Habakkuk chapter 2. Start at verse 5, verse 4. For behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges himself, his desire is hell and as death, and cannot be satisfied. You want to speak on that?
Salakia, which you can come back to the scripture, but just to point out, on one side of the statue, you have a guy that's leading the horse, and he's holding a wreath. But then on the other side, he has a whip in his hand. So that goes into the same thing that they have on the American dollar bill, when you have the so-called white man, and one side he has the wreath, which represents peace. Because when he first comes to a nation, he comes with peace. That wreath represents the peace, you know. And I'm sorry, not a wreath. What would you consider an olive branch? It's Salakia. I said a wreath, but it's an olive branch. The olive branch that he's holding in his hand, it represents peace. But then he also has a whip in the other hand, which represents slavery. That's right. So he brings peace. He comes saying that he brings peace, but after he established peace with you, then he put you in slavery.
The scriptures say that he establishes he deceiveth with peace.
He deceiveth with peace.
That's why it says, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that laid himself with thick clay. You know, that's you putting yourself further into a bad place by going and taking these nations down and doing unrighteous acts, you know. So that's like they say, you know what I'm saying? You reap what you sow. That's the so-called white man. He's going to reap what he sow by going to all these nations and causing havoc and enslaving these people, you know.
Notice how the building's closed down too. Yeah. It's closed, man. The Lord's about to close down this whole system. I'm on.
If you look, there's satanic vibration all over this building. Right here, if you look at the column, there's six pillars. And then when you go up, and then there's 6 horses.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I'm not too for sure how many villains are around, but if you look at the front, there's 6 more. And then there's six more on the side of that. So I'm pretty sure when you add them columns up, it adds up to like a Freemasonry or satanic number. Because Esau, the so-called white man, he deals with numerology and spiritual wickedness and numbers. Like the Freemasonry, you got 32 degrees of, actually 33 degrees of Freemasonry. So I'm sure if you add up those columns on a building, it probably adds up to one of those numbers.
And it said the deadly wound was healed. So that's how you know this is just the Roman Empire all over again with the columns and how it's all set up, because it's basically the exact same.
Yeah, it's Wayne Anthony.
They say
He's heavy ass steps.
Yeah, this is a general. This is somebody that they commemorate. I'm pretty sure that this man had something to do with taking down the Native Americans. And also, you had Jakes that were enslaved. You had Jakes that were enslaved. So I'm pretty sure he had something to do with that.
right.
Major General Anthony Wayne, man, who was as a general in command. The English surrendered this region. July 11, 1796.
Actually, after they got their independence in 1776, they began to fight amongst themselves to conquer what land. And of course, you already know, as the brother mentioned, these states right here are infamous for having Native American present. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right there.
It said that the county of Wayne was created. So we live in actually Wayne, so-called Wayne County.
Right.
That's right. In Detroit, this is Wayne County. It says and named in his honor, August 15, 1796. This a month later. A month later, they surrendered.
Right.
It says as this region was being as the region was being established, they started giving tribute to to people who surrendered, because by this time we still probably had Jake in England at that time too. I mean, just in major but in major spots. You know, because as then established, the county embraced nearly all of the present state of Michigan and the portion of Ohio. It says Indiana, Illinois, and Wisconsin, including the sites Milwaukee and Chicago, parts of Fort Wayne and Cleveland, erected under the auspices of the Michigan Society of the Sons of the American Revolution. So we already know what the American Revolution was.
About
Right. So all these, it says it was established and the county embraced nearly all of the present state of Michigan. So it's a lot of cities that out of this motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Wayne County was named after him.
Wayne County was named after him. It's certain places in Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Chicago. Milwaukee also. So he was well known.
Yeah.
You know,
Straight devil.
Because he made them surrender.
And the axe.
Right.
And it has the faggot around it. It has the faggot around the axe.
Just to show you, there's the olive branch again, but then what you see behind the olive branch, he has the sword here. You come over here. Here's another. This is another symbol of peace, but yet you got the axe that's right behind it as well.
Yep.
So that right there, and when they created this plaque right here, they didn't just do it with ignorance. They did this knowing that, okay, we give you the face of peace, but behind the face of peace you have the sword. That's the reason why the scriptures say believe him not. Because when he speaks, there's 7 abominations in his heart.
Yep. And as we see right here, there's an eagle right here, Esau.
We got
shit. If Esau had a Megazord, it'd be an eagle.
You can read it if you
know.
want to.
That's how much he loves the eagle.
The Megazord eagle.
Yeah, so the brother brought up the scripture earlier. It says, although there's peace in this, if you can help me out, it says, but his words are like drawn swords, you know.
Although they say peace and safety. Yeah, peace and safety. Peace and safety. They say drawing swords, right?
Right.
All right.
So if you brothers want to move on to the next monument, we got an 8.